Outcome is the first thing that it's catching my eye. The outcome of July is going to vary. A little unpredictable, the outcome, but let's see what our path is here. In the present energy for Scorpios, the card we have, the tarot card, is the Ten of Pentacles. Awesome card. With a rune about shifts and changes, righto. So, yeah, your money has increased significantly or is in the process of doing so. For the present energy, for most of you, it's going to be end of June into that early July-ish period. Or for some of you, it may be what's going on whenever you're watching this video. Again, different strokes for different folks. Different energies for different Scorps. But yeah, Ten of Pentacles is all about abundance. It's about property, investments, and a shift or a change. So you could be noticing a big increase if you are an investor or you've got, money in stocks. Your 401k may be shooting up because of the way you've got it. You may be shifting, making some changes with that, and noticing an increase. Could be something associated with the travel industry, with the vehicle industry, which surprises me because vehicles have kind of taken a hit in recent years. But travel, yeah, modes of travel, trains, planes, automobiles, hospitality, hotels, real estate, maybe particularly tourist real estate. Some of you may be investing in, like vacation condos. You may be purchasing a property to use as, like an Airbnb. You're going to make extra income that way, and it's going to pay off, man. Ten of Pentacles is all about increasing your money to the point where not only is it stable, it's thriving, right? For you, your whole family, you'll be able to take care of all, anybody who depends on you, your kids, older relatives, parents, and this is about family. Could also be talking about family business. There could be a shift or a change as far as maybe you're taking over the family business. Could also be that you are moving into a family property that you inherited. Ten of Pentacles has a lot of associations with inherited wealth, inherited property, inherited businesses. But it's generation to generation, this is passed on. You could be finding out that someone left something to you, and it could be quite valuable. Scorpio. If I said Pisces earlier, ignore it. This is the reading for Scorpio. I don't know if I did, but it kind of feels like I did, but I don't know because I just read Pisces before you. Maybe that's why I feel that way. I don't know what's happening. Okay. So, there's an increase coming financially. Others of you may be moving to take a job. Again, you may be moving to, you may be traveling, taking a trip, and then you're like, we should buy a condo here, or we should, have our own vacation home here, and then we can Airbnb it the rest of the time we're not here. So that, there's investments, and it's a good investment. Now, we do have Mercury retrograde most of July. So, again, this is the present energy. So some of you, maybe you already did this in June and you're starting to see the benefits, right? Maybe you've got your first clients, you've got people that are, you've got your first guests. You're starting to see the profits from whatever this investment property was. Others of you may be like, this is going to be great for the future, but you're fixing it up in July. It's not the best month to sign anything. In July, when Mercury is retrograde, August would probably be better for that. But you can get things ready, right? You can plan, strategize. Others of you, like I said, you've already done this and you're bringing in the money. If this is not something you're signing on the dotted line, this is a shift or a change you've made, and it's already bringing in the dough, right? So, this new job, you've taken over the family business, or you have. You may be getting something evaluated or insured if something you inherited of value. Maybe some of you inherited a car and it's like a classic car. I'm seeing a classic vehicle that someone's giving you or that you inherited from a family member especially. And you're like, wow, this is worth a lot of money. Baseball card. Somebody's getting a baseball card. It's worth quite a lot of money too. You may be going to that Antiques Roadshow. I don't know if you've seen that. Some of you, I'm sure, have seen that show on PBS, the Antiques Roadshow. Like, this is, some of you may be inheriting something that you could take on that show, and it will be, or maybe you're on the show and they're telling you, you know, yes, this is worth this much money. So nice. Others of you, like, you may be taking this vacation. You may be traveling. Again, Mercury retrograde, not the best month. I would do it like real early on that first week. This is the present energy. So that would be, I think it goes retrograde on the 7th. So I would plan to be back probably. Staycations are great, but this is involving travel. So there may also be communication from family. There may be a family reunion that you're traveling to, or a family event that you're invited to in the month of July. And yeah, it may be a wedding, it may be a birthday party, an anniversary, something that's bringing the family together to celebrate. And it may have been a while since I've seen everybody, but yeah, travel seems, it may be expensive, but I do feel like for most of you, this is going to be a good time. It's going to be nice to see people you haven't seen in a while, and I think it's going to be beneficial for you to go. Your challenge. Let's jump to that position. We got the Two of Swords. Let me see what's coming through with these roots here. Well, the Two of Swords energy is often, it can feel like a block or a stalemate. There's some area of life, it doesn't seem to be money or financial things. That seems to be moving forward. But yeah, any investment opportunities or work opportunities that are coming up in July, especially if it's during that retrograde period, make sure you have all the details, you've read through all the fine print, because some of you could be presented with a deal where you feel like it's kind of sketchy. Not saying it is for all of you. Again, general reading. I would only be able to see that in a private session, like which way this is working out for you. But yeah, there could be some lies, trickery, and general deceit, somebody trying to take you for... trying to hoodwink you or trying to get money out of you. This is a person to be avoided, a deal to be avoided. It's, yeah, they're trying to use you, trying to use your name, your prestige, your prestige with your name, maybe with the family business. So yeah, maybe this is somebody trying to like make an advertising deal. They want to use your family business's company name, or they want to use your name for something. Or it's like they're trying to get you into this deal that it's like, yeah, but you're like, that sounds too good to be true. And that when you ask for details, that you either don't get them or they're very slow in getting them to you. This is essentially a person who should be avoided. That's what Fehu is. It's like, yeah, this would be a deal, a company, a person that you should avoid. And the reason it's your challenge, I think, is that either, you may be not seeing it. Maybe it's coming from someone that you wouldn't suspect this from, because I mean, that's how that's the easiest way, and the most often reason that we are tricked is because we've trusted someone, and then bang. So yeah, it is a month that you're going to have to get the fine print. You're going to have to get all the details. Like, don't just go on blind trust, which is what the Two of Swords is. Like, sometimes it can be like, we're just going to put these blinders on. I'm going to pretend I didn't see those red flags. It's not a month to do that. Scorpio, and you know the caveats for Mercury retrograde. You got to investigate everything. Make sure you have all the details. If you have any questions, get them out there, get them answered. And this doesn't have to be money related. This could be in any area of life, but it would be somebody that wants something from you, and most probably either financially, or maybe they need a place to live, or they want to borrow money from you. If somebody's asking to borrow money, just, you're going to have to look at it as a gift, because I don't think you're ever going to get this back. But yeah, this is somebody who has their own benefit at the forefront. They don't care about you or how this is affecting you. And others of you, your challenge could be that you know this about this person, but there's this indecision of what to do, because maybe it's somebody that, you care about, even though they're kind of, they haven't done nice things. And you're unsure what you should do about it. That may be what the Two of Swords energy is. It's like, maybe this person is your blind spot, and it's like, oh, I know they're bad news, but for whatever reason, I keep getting drawn back in by them. Also, a month to kind of check your passwords. Make sure, maybe check your credit report. Make sure that you know what's up with that. Because, it could be a month where, like, there could be, like, an identity thief on the loose, or it seems like you may have gotten, if it wasn't you, maybe it was Pisces that got this message last month, but it seems like someone did. Definitely keep an eye on your credit statements. Definitely keep an eye on your checking account. Like, make sure that you know, like, there may be something you have to lock down or block, a charge you gotta block, somebody trying to, you're like, what is this charge? And you gotta block them. So, maybe a good month to update your passwords, change those. And especially if you're watching this on the June side, you can kind of get the jump on this. This does have kind of thievery kind of energy more than anything else. But any contracts or negotiations you're in, I would not sign anything in July, and I would have a lawyer look at it, honestly. I would have somebody check it out. Definitely do a Google search, like a Better Business Bureau search, see what you can find out, because often you can, as soon as you put in like that information. Also be careful with numbers calling you that you don't recognize and saying that they are your creditors. Like, if somebody's saying they're from a bank that loans you money or whatever, make sure that you look up the phone number, because if it's a fraudulent number, there's usually reports on that. And also check with the institution they're saying they're from. Like, hey, I got this call from whatever. Was this really from you? Is this legit? You call them directly. Call their customer service number or whatever and make sure. Let's take a look at the help that's going to be available in July. Scorpio, you got the High Priestess. Ooh, High Priestess is intuition. Your intuition, honestly. So going back to this, it's like, something's up, okay? Whatever this is, like, like, trust that intuition, because it will be screaming at you all month. You're going to know what to avoid, honestly. You're going to know who to avoid. So, and I think, you're going to block this. You're going to be able to, or just ignore it until you figure out what to do. I really think you're going to be so busy with work and making money. You're not going to have a lot of time for this stuff. So, I feel like for a lot of you, this is just a minor inconvenience, again, but it's something you're going to quickly block or turn around or have rectified, okay? Or anybody trying to hoodwink you or put one over on you or trick you, you've already got their number. But you may be deciding what to do about it. You may be taking some time, or you're just totally blocking them on social media, on Twitter. You're like, I'm blocking this liar. I'm blocking this con artist. This player. Block. Done. Gifu is saying this has something to do with a partnership, though. So your intuition is on fire. Whether this is a romantic, an ex coming back, if it is somebody trying to team up with you in some sort of business partnership, or, again, trying to get you to sign something. I feel like if you push them for details, they're going to back off, because it's almost like, because maybe you're like, well, let me come see your operation. Let me come out there and see your business. I want to see what let's meet in person. And, no. The energy coming through also for some of you is somebody who is saying they're single when they're not. And it's like you already know that they're not. So your help is going to be kind of like you. Like, okay, if you're truly, let's set up a meeting. This is what works for me. Or how about I drop by sometime, It's like you're trying to get them to admit that they're a lying creep. And then you block them. Wait, maybe that's it. I'll give them a shot to fess up and tell the truth and not being a lying sleazebag. Let's just see if they can do it. And it's like, you're doing a Scorpio test on somebody because you already know the answer. Like, okay, if you're really single, well, let's meet at this place. Or I'll just drop by. Ooh, drop by? Oh, let me just come by your apartment sometime, or where you live at. What's that address? And, others of you, this could be like a long distance, like a catfish kind of situation where somebody is not who they don't look like their picture. You've heard the war stories or seen the show. They're not even the sex that they said they were. Not who they say they were. They're probably using somebody else's pictures. And yeah, whenever you try to set up a meetup, you don't have time for this nonsense. So your help is going to be in trusting your intuition. Others of you, it could be like a blind date. Maybe somebody, maybe somebody trying to set you up. And, I don't know, you may be dreading it. Those of you, maybe you're getting back into the dating scene. Maybe this is an online thing and you're like, oh, you may be nervous about going somewhere. And, it's actually going to be a good thing, I think, for most of you. And if not, it's going to get you to break the ice, kind of get your feet wet, dip your toes back in that pool. I'm just saying, like, even if you don't want to go, if you're invited to a party and someone is trying to kind of maybe hook you up with somebody, just go. I think most of you are going to be surprised at the outcome. Because I think you may have a good feeling intuitively, even though you may be dreading or nervous or having a little bit of anxiety about going. I actually think it's going to be a positive, a positive connection here. What must be accepted? We've got the King of Cups. So this could be your energy, Scorpio. This is a water sign. Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. It could be another water sign. And these court cards, as I always say, could be male or female in these general readings. You don't have time to waste in July. You're busy making money. You don't have time to waste on somebody who's not single, who is lying, who is, again, only concerned about their own selfish interests, because there is that energy around. Now, this doesn't have to be like a romantic partnership. This could be a family member. It could be a friend. Again, in these general readings, I can't see what the relationship is to you. But, again, this person's energy. You know who they are. So no matter if they're trying to present themselves as, this you can't pass up. I'm the deal you can't pass up. And you're like, hey, really? Watch me. Because it's always all about them. Their wants, their needs. And I think July, if somebody's trying to reconnect with you, you're going to see right off that they're the same damn person. Like, they haven't changed a bit. And that should be enough to, okay, I'm done. I don't have time to waste on this. And I certainly don't have time to go meet somebody if I have to drive somewhere and meet you, or if you're not single, or if you're not who you say you are. I certainly don't have time or energy to waste on something that is not the real deal here. You could, if it is somebody who wants to meet up and chat, I just feel like you may be curious in hearing what they have to say here, Scorpio, honestly. But there will be a point in the conversation where you kind of shut something down, I think. Or after this meeting, you're just like, look, no. I do feel like for some of you, though, this could be another water sign that was very selfish, self-absorbed, didn't put in the effort, and now they're trying to say that they are, all of the good things that a King of Cups can be, or a Queen of Cups. They have matured emotionally, they have emotional intelligence, they have stepped into their power and become the highest level of their suit, right? Because that's what the kings and queens are. But the highest level, they've reached a new level. So, for some of you, that may be the case. For others of you, again, different. So, Scorpio, whoever this is, again, I can only see a little bit. I can only see what applies to the majority of you, or a few that get some, that your spirit guides are hanging around and slinging some messages out at. If you're feeling, if you're reaching this point in July, should I trust this person? Should I not trust this person? You may want to think about it. Working at a private session, because then I can take a look and see. It's like opposite, right? Totally opposite energies. So that tells me for some of you, you can rely on it. They have changed. They're willing to put in the effort. For others of you, no, it's the same. They're trying to present this mask. And a lot of hidden things are around. Just remember, your intuition will be screaming at you. That feeling. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it, Scorpio, because it is right on. And especially if somebody's like, oh, that meeting time won't work for me, or, oh, I had to move. I don't live there anymore. Block. Others of you could be meeting someone new. This would be the newer person, someone you haven't met yet. Someone you haven't met in person. I mean, I guess it could work out that where someone is catfishing you and they're not who they said they were, and then you go meet them and you're pleasantly surprised that just like actually, but still they lied about who they were. And if somebody starts off deceitful, if somebody starts out with you and their first step is lying to you or deceiving you in some way, I mean, not the best, right? The outcome is the moon reversed, and here's what it looks like. In the upright, so you got two major arcana here for the month, Scorpio. Some big things happening. The moon in reverse. Well, it's secrets being revealed, things coming out. So yeah, anybody who is trying to hoodwink you, you are going to get the information either through your intuition, or it starts there and then you get the cold hard facts. Things being uncovered. Things coming out of the shadows. Skeletons out of the closet. This can also be, though, the moon card also has associations in the reverse with, like, somebody who's not all there, right? Like, their reality is totally different from everyone else's. So, and you could be operating from that. Like, were you this crazy when we dated before? I mean, you may be looking at someone like, what was I thinking? They could also have, I don't know, sometimes people will just stop, like if they're on medication or under treatment for things, it could be somebody who's like stopped taking all of that and they've just like, so there's nothing being regulated. So, other people don't have any disease at all. They don't have any like mental issues at all. They're just not right. They're not playing with a full deck. Like there probably usually is something that's not right there, but I mean sometimes it's just the way they were raised, and it's like you are so opposite of what I want that you are outside. You're just outside my boundaries of reality. Like, I can't deal with your energy because it's wackadoodle. So yeah, someone that you thought wasn't right before could come back. Mercury retrograde, unfortunately, can bring people from the past back into our sphere. And you may be like, oh my gosh, it's intensified. I don't get you. We're not going to be a good meshing here. Now, the secrets that are revealed for others of you, it doesn't mean they can be very positive. Like, somebody that you're meeting in person, being set up with, or that you see for the first time, and you're like, oh, yeah. Maybe you started off texting, and then you meet in person, and you are pleasantly surprised. I don't want you to think, again, that it's all, like, for all of you, it's going to be the same, because, again, I'm getting like, for some of you, it's like a really, really good surprise. For others of you, it's like the secret coming out is like, it's still one that you're anticipating though. Again, trust your first gut feeling, especially if you've known this person. Like, and all of your interactions have been like the look on your face whenever you're having to deal with this person's antics is just, what? Like, I mean, if that was your usual reaction to your former interaction with this person, it's going to be the same. I don't, if they, for the most part, people don't change, or if they do, there's always this temptation to kind of fall back into those old patterns or addictions or whatever the problem was. And out of force of habit, it's very hard to break habits, even personality, like the more negative or difficult sides of our personalities. So people tend to fall back into those traps or fall back into those old patterns of behavior, particularly with people they've partnered with before. Like, you'll fall back into the old pattern of that relationship, even if it was terrible for both of you, because it just feels natural, or that's just the way that those threads are woven.